All right. So, really quickly, I'm going to play a video for you guys. So, if you're brand spanking new, welcome to the call. I am going to turn this video on for you. Andre, which you guys hear from, right? You don't always see him, but he does the best videos, and he did a phenomenal update video for us. So, I want to play that video first, and then I'm going to get into some real quick high level overview of what Vibe is for all the new people. Also, you get an opportunity to create a guest account if you're new. You want to do that cat quick, okay? You don't want to wait. I know you don't know what it is, but buckle up. I'm going to share it with you. But if I were you, I would text the person who invited you on this call, and I would ask them for their referral link. And when you create your account, you are time stamped in our system, which means so very much. Okay. So again, I'm going to repeat that. If you're brand new, text the person who invited you and ask them for their referral link, and go ahead and just get signed up as quickly as you possibly can. All right. 1 second. All right. One moment, one moment. How excited are you guys to get this show on the road? We've been doing pre-launch since December 17th, about 5 months, but to be honest, we have done some monumental things. But this company has been in my heart, Reagan's heart. Dre has been working on some things. But I know for myself, I've been working for the last, since 2015 on this very project. Just didn't have the right platform, didn't have the right money in my pocket, right? So, and honestly, I didn't have the knowledge to do it. So I had to bump my head a little bit and go through the process. And now we're here. I can honestly say that I've learned so very much over the last years of my life about business. I've won, I've lost, I've regained, and put a one in the chat if you know that as long as you don't give up and do something crazy, like make some permanent decisions for temporary problems, then, God can still continue to use you. And I'm just excited for what God is getting ready to do in your life. And just have a spirit of gratitude right now. Just be thankful. You got to praise Him before things happen. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video, and hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know if it sounds a little weird. But this video is the truth about why Vibe delayed its launch. The truth about why Vibe delayed its launch, and you guys are going to be able to share this. Since people, people are going to talk, let them talk. You ain't popping if people ain't talking about you. Cat Williams said, if you only got 10 haters, you better collect 10 more by the end of this year. I collect them, right? Just because when you're doing something phenomenal, there are people out there who really truly don't want to see you win. Guess what? I don't focus on those people. If you focus on negativity, it will breed more negativity. I only focus on the positivity, right? As soon as somebody brings negative energy, they probably won't see me again. So you got to just continue to walk in faith that this platform is going to be as amazing as I see every day. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and share this. Make sure you guys let me know in case it doesn't sound right. The truth about why Vibe is has delayed, but here's what I will tell you. This month is going to be the best month of my entire life. Why? Because I said so. Because I speak it into existence, and we have some phenomenal things that we are going to be able to show you guys, because this is our launch month. So let's go ahead and play this video.
Hey, what's going on, Vibe family? This is Andre Russell here, one of your co-founders, and I just want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to everyone who's been a part of this journey. Whether you're still locked in with us today or had to step away for a bit, we see you. To all of you that have been holding it down, staying plugged in, and riding through the fire with us, we appreciate you more than you know. And to those who had to step away to focus on life, business, or family, there's no judgment here. We understand. Life moves fast and you've got responsibilities.
Hold the phone 1 quick second. Sorry. Somebody said I wasn't on full screen. but I think I am. Hopefully.
Just because you press pause doesn't mean you stop believing, and we respect that 100%. Now let's talk about it. The question everyone's been asking: why has it taken so long for Vibe to officially launch? Well, here's the real answer. We're not just launching a business, we're building a legacy. You see, Vibe started out as a powerful digital education platform backed by a 3 by 10 matrix. The concept took off fast. We saw global momentum almost overnight. People from all over the world were locking in, and the energy was real. But with that momentum came major responsibility. You see, we realized that if we wanted this to be long term, compliant, and built to truly empower people, we had to take a step back and get things right. So we brought in the best of the best, top tier consultants, along with one of the most respected MLM attorneys in the industry. And what we learned during those sessions was clear. We needed to evolve the model. Not because it didn't work, but because we wanted to ensure Bob could thrive while staying 100% compliant with industry laws and regulations. So what did we do? We adjusted the comp plan. We enhanced the business model. We made it more rewarding for the field, more sustainable for the company, and built it to serve everyone the right way. And right as we were locking that in, another challenge hit, which turned out to be, good and not so good at the same time. You see, growth exploded. Thousands of people were trying to sign up, pay, and lock in their position. But here's the honest truth. A lot of the issues came down to our payment systems. We were using a crypto-based platform, which is powerful, but comes with a learning curve, especially for individuals who are, brand new to crypto. And while our card payment technology was designed to protect the company from fraud and risk, that extra security also created roadblocks for a lot of users. Declined cards, incomplete transactions, confusion around wallet addresses, you name it, it all added up. And at that moment, we had a choice to make: move forward and leave people behind, or slow down and make sure everyone who believed in us early had a fair shot. We chose to slow down because that's what leadership looks like. And while we were working on all of that, we didn't waste time, ladies and gentlemen. We went deeper. We built out a product line that developed real tools for creators, entrepreneurs, and small business owners. We made Bob more than just a platform. We turned it into an ecosystem designed to help people build a brand, scale their digital businesses, and so much more. Now, let me be real with you. Will it be perfect on day one? Probably not, but it will be solid, real, and built with you in mind. So to those of you that's been here since day one, we see you. Your loyalty, your consistency, and your focus through all the noise means everything. This is your reward. You stayed committed. You kept building. You didn't allow distractions to pull you away. Now it's your moment. Time to lock in and capitalize on everything you've been working towards. And for the ones that had to step away, we get it. Life happens. You had to handle business, chase a few other opportunities, right? Maybe even binge on a Netflix series or two. But here's the reality. While some were distracted, others were doubling down, using the extra time to build their brand, sharpen their skills, and position themselves to win. Now, here we are at the starting line. And what we're about to launch, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, will be the biggest move of the year for entrepreneurs and small business owners. And if you're not in position, you'll be watching others run it up while you're stuck wondering what if. So let this be your wake-up call. Get back in, get focused, catch up on what you've missed, and don't let this wave pass you by. You see, this is vision, this is legacy, and this is just the beginning. Let's vibe.
All right. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys love that video. Dre does such a great job. I'm just like, let them wait from, coming to America. I'm just kidding. I'm not like that with you guys. I just, I'm joking. I'm joking. Joking. No, no, he's absolutely right, everybody. Like this is when we talked before, guys, I talked to you guys about doing this one more time. Dre talked about it, Reagan talked about it. It's very important that we get it right. Now, here's what I will tell you is phenomenal that you guys are going to love. So for all of you new people, uh, vibe is energy. So when somebody asks you like, what is vibe? Like what does that really mean to and at first we didn't talk about like vibes meaning visualize your breakthrough, right? We didn't talk about that. It kind of just evolved. It didn't fit under the logo, but it is really about visualizing your next come up, right? And you've heard it before. Not all setbacks are really bad things. Sometimes it just means you need to take a step back and slow down for just a minute. And here's what we didn't slow down. We didn't slow down the work and the progress. We just did a pivot. So when something would pop up like December 17th, for those of you guys who are new, um, yes, you can have a copy of that video. I'll throw it in the chat and in the Telegram for you guys. But the biggest challenge in the very beginning, and I'm not going to tell the whole story, but was the fact that we thought we would have 5,000 people around this time, around this launch time. And we knew February was cutting it close. We would do a soft launch, but 8,100 people filled out a Google form in 1 week. And I made the mistake, right? I did one call, 128 people got on. 128 people duplicated to 8,000. I made the mistake of making my Google form and it said first and last name all in one box. These are the attention to detail type things. I didn't do first name and then another box last name. So what do you think people did? They put their first name, no last name, Billy Bob Thornton. They just put all kind of crazy names. People forgot their emails, didn't put their phone numbers, put 5 different sponsors. And I was literally hyperventilating and having a hot flash after about, I would say, going into the second week because I'm like, this list isn't going to stop. These people are massively sharing, and my biggest pre-launch was 995 people. So 8,000, 5,000 people on the list within 2 weeks. Well, within a couple days, and then 8,100 people in like a week and a half. And I'm like, we got to get off this Google form, right? We got to get off the Google form. I can't manage the form. So our developers coded the back office and they redid the code back there so that we can then put all these 8,100 people in and fix their names. And it took up a lot of time where we should have been doing other things. But it's still a blessing for you new people. It's still a blessing because 8,100 people turned into 74,000 people. And then along the way, the corporate partnership team, we were just going to start with the vault, which is our education. So write this down, guys. We have 4 pillars of success. So Vibe is think of it like a college. It's a virtual college with a network marketing, affiliate marketing feel. Imagine if your college paid you to bring students to that college. You know what they call that? NIL deals. How many of you guys put a 1 in the chat if you are familiar with NIL deals? I was a college athlete. I played volleyball. And although we didn't bring in as much money as the basketball team or the football team, people came to that college for that sport. So many years ago, I was playing volleyball in college and they wouldn't even allow me to have a job in college. I I was broke. I was living on $20 for a whole month. Now my college was paid for, my books was paid for, but they did not allow college athletes to work. So they reworked the model and now college athletes can make money on their name and likeness. So sometimes you got to pivot, right? They didn't just keep saying, well, too bad for those college athletes. I know they come from this home and that home. We ain't changing it. No, a lot of people complained until they changed the model. So here's what we did. Sometimes you got to change things, you got to pivot. And I did not want to be another Forex crypto company, even though we offer Forex and crypto in our education. So write this down, you new people. We do education from Forex to crypto to sports betting to personal development to spiritual alignment. We just brought on a new young lady. You guys are going to love her. She joined our gentleman on the professional development side so that they can really speak to your heart and adjust your mindset. How exciting is that? Right? I was getting my hair done and somebody asked, well, what do you believe in? Do you believe in therapists? I'm like, heck yeah, I believe in therapy. Everybody should be in therapy, right? Everybody's got trauma and this and that and whatever. I think everybody should be in therapy. But unfortunately, a lot of our therapists become our family members. And then we're not doing them any good. So guess what we brought over here? Personal development. Change your mindset. You don't have to go out and get, you know, spend a whole bunch of money. You can come over here and lay on the couch all day long, but eventually when you get over to me, I'm going to tell you, get up off the couch. You got a money problem. You got a mindset problem. The only thing that fixes money problems is money. So let's go. Let's get to work. Right? And then your mindset is going to be an ongoing thing. So we focus on education. Number two, we focus on business solutions because most people are in the E quadrant, the employee quadrant. 95% of the people have chosen to go work for somebody else. I want you to think about that. There is no knock on your job. No knock on your job. Please understand that. I used to have a job too, but I'm a crappy employee because I'm like, I got to ask you for permission to go to the bathroom. I got to ask for permission to go to my daughter's graduation. I got to ask for permission to go to my father's celebration. And I stopped asking for permission a long time ago. The only person I answer to is my heavenly father, right? And I'm not saying to go quit your job. Don't have your husbands and wives mad at me. All I'm saying is 95% of the people, according to Robert Kiyosaki, don't be mad at me, it's in the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, have chosen to go work for somebody else for many different reasons. They love nursing, they love the benefits, they love the insurance they have, all these things, right? No knock on that. But there's only 5% of the wealth is on that side of the quadrant. There's only four ways to make money. You're either an employee, you're self-employed, which you own a job and you got to be there, right? My partner, he owns a pest control company and he makes really phenomenal money, but he has to be there. I, on the other hand, don't want to be anywhere I don't want to be. If I want to sit in my car, put a one in the chat if you like to sit in your car. I will sit in my car for 7 hours sometimes, listening to music, answering my emails, not being bothered. I will pull up to Panera to have lunch, and before I get out of the car, it's dinner time. Why? Because I can. I want to be on my own time. I've been on somebody else's time. I played volleyball in college. I always had to be somewhere. I had to be at practice. I had to be at pregame. I had to be here. I had to be there. I started to hate the clock. I started to hate my alarm. I just wanted to be left alone. I'm having a therapy session right now, if you guys can tell. So I had to make a decision. I had to get mad enough. MAD stands for make a decision to do something else. Stop complaining. If you don't like it, change it. That's just how I am. I will walk away from something or somebody in a heartbeat if it's not aligned with my inner being. Right? You guys know where somebody comes in the room and the energy shifts and you can just feel it. I just feel my hot flash popping up, right? Like energy's been shifted. So I want you guys to understand that in business, and I know I went off on a tangent, but in business, that's where a lot of people want to be, but it's a challenge sometimes to start a traditional business. You have too much overhead. Well, in our business, your overhead is no more than $200+ a month to make unlimited income. Where they do that at? Sign me up. You got to look at it that way. Back in the day, 2020, I went from having $150 in my bank account to getting into a business where I was spending a couple $100s a month and I was making six figures a month. And I never left my house. I bought a car with cash. I've never had a new car before, right? I put all my business out there because I don't have anything to hide, right? My therapist told me what you hide, you keep. What is what is revealed is healed. So I'm only telling you stuff because people think that I haven't gone through things. And guess what? Even when the money comes, you're going to have a lot of problems. But problems look different when you have money. Right? They do. They just look different. If I have to be depressed, I would rather be depressed with money than depressed on the bus. I'm just saying, right? Because I will take a vacation and bounce off on everybody. And guess what? I have. Guess what? I'm flying here. I'll be back when I get back. Most people can't do that. You just got to sit in the frustration and the depression. Guess what I want for you guys? Type the word freedom in the chat. It's not the money. It's not the money. It's the freedom to do whatever you want to do. I guess what I'm doing tomorrow? Whatever I want. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant. I'm saying that I've struggled my whole life. Even when we were growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, but I never knew I was poor. I never knew we didn't have because my parents always make sure we had, right? And then when I was in college, I realized that my friends in college had way more. They came to college with brand new cars. They came to college with money in their bank account. I was trying to hold on to $20 because my parents had three kids in college at the same time. My identical twin sister and my brother who's 4 years older, and then my other brother is 6 years older than me. And we were all pretty much in school at the same time. So that's when I realized, dang, I'm poor. Like, I am super poor right now. And I vowed to never feel like that again. But guess what? Life be lifing. So you get married, you have some kids, or sometimes you have kids, then you get married all out of order. That's a whole nother conversation. And you make mistakes along the way. But guess what? Everybody makes mistakes, but they're not mistakes if you learn from them. So, guess what we do over here in Vibe? We allow you to just be able to make some mistakes, to have a safe space. Because guess what? We focus on community. That is the third pillar: education, business solutions. You got a business? Let us market it. You don't have a business? Let us help you get your business off the ground. You need a website? We can help you. You need an app? We can help you do that as well. You need branding? You need funding? You need information about how to not waste all your money? We are going to do that in here. But community, everybody type common unity in the chat. Common dash unity. We used to say that years ago. Our commonality is that pretty much we all want the same things. We're in 160 countries. 160. I'm talking to people in Hindi. I'm talking to people in Italian, French, Portuguese, Spanish. It is a lot, right? But guess what I've learned? We all want the same things: peace, love, and joy. We want the dream that we've read about, right? We all want to be able to live out our days and not really truly struggle too much. And everybody's pain point that I talk to is money. Everybody. Or it's stress caused from money. So we believe in setting you guys up for financial success. For those of you who decide to listen, for those of you who don't believe me, you'll just have to watch. And then guess what? When you decide to follow the leaders, come on, we ain't going to beat you up, right? We're not going to beat you up. There are some people who had stupid attacks all throughout pre-launch. They get all the way to pre-launch and then have the biggest team sometimes and then decide to go do other stuff. I'm like, stupid attack. But guess what? I've had them too. I just have fewer stupid attacks, right? So I want you guys to understand, you want to go get your people. You want to go get the community and tell them, listen, we're about to launch. Yes, we do have a payment system. It takes a little bit of a learning curve, but we have some new things we're going to be rolling out before we officially launch. So you guys got to hold on. Help your team, play team, and let us know if you need any help. We will not leave you. I will let you know when this phase of pre-launch is over. We are in phase 3. Phase 4 and 5 are coming this month. But phase 3 is we want to get as many people activated as we possibly can. Cheryl said, I'm funny. My kids don't think so. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you for laughing at my jokes. My mom jokes, like the dad jokes, right? So I want you guys to understand community is very important. I want to love on you guys, right? But you also have to allow me to coach you. Sometimes I can be a little bit, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was a head volleyball coach. I coached my daughter since she was 9 years old. Everybody in my family are high level athletes, high level, like WNBA, went to the NBA, playing overseas. We are high level athletes, my whole family, right? That's just how we are. So I do want you to know I mean well. So if I bite your head off, just take it with a grain of salt. I will apologize, right? Listen, didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but let's go. We got to get rolling, right? We have lives to change. Here's what I don't want you guys to do. I do not want you to see a storm coming and pull off on the side of the road underneath a bridge. Oh, I just got to take some cover. Then you start backing up traffic. Guess what the traffic is? Do you guys see that vignette? I've been using a lot of these stories lately. I'm learning. Don't back up don't back up traffic. Because guess what you're really backing up? Your family lineage. So I want you to take traffic. And I want you to, it's pouring raining. You pull off on the side of the road underneath a bridge and you wait. And now everybody else is like, dang, I guess I got to pull off too. So they all pull off and now you're backing up traffic. That's what we do in our lives when we keep pulling off on the side of the road. Sometimes, yes, you need a breather, but some of us take too many detours and we are zigzagging like this through life, never getting anywhere. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm focus. Everybody type that word in the chat. Focus. That's the one thing that I can say I've learned. I taught high school English. I had to grade papers for hours and hours and hours of my life for no money. Right? I love the kids, hate the pay, hate the politics, sometimes didn't even like the parents. Sorry, parents. Every teacher wants to say this. Since I don't teach anymore, I can say whatever I want. Didn't like the parents. Love the kids. It wasn't the kids. Everybody's like, oh man, I couldn't teach high school with those kids. It ain't the kids, it's the adults. Right? The kids are being kids. The adults are adulting all the time. So I want you guys to understand, like, I'm learning so much right now, and I want to be here to assist you. But what I learned is that you really need to take care of your health. So our fourth pillar, education, business solutions, community, fitness, and health. You know why? Because nothing matters in life at all when your health starts to go. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys agree. Nothing matters. You know why I know this? Is because when I hit 40, something changed. I'm about to be 47. I'll tell people all day because I I think Reagan and I look pretty darn good for our age. And we do try to take care of ourselves. We try to eat well, but sometimes it's a challenge. We're single parents. She has 4 kids, I have 2, right? Life lifed long time ago. And then we kept on moving. But I want you guys to understand that nothing matters in this world when your health starts to go. When I tore my Achilles, thinking I was 20 and not 40, whatever I was 2 years ago, my whole life changed. I thought I was never going to walk again. Has anyone ever torn their Achilles or known anybody? Worst injury by far. So we added fitness and health to our platform. You know why? Because I don't want to be 70 years old and barely able to walk, right? I want to be like Wilhelmina. I met Wilhelmina in Detroit last time and last week. Wilhelmina is 90. And listen, funny story. I'm in Detroit at Carlotta and Derek's house doing this big event. Detroit's a group, they're a little older. They're baby boomers. There was a lady in there who was 81 years old. She looked like she was 60 though. She looked so good. But I did realize that we were doing this home party and all the people were up there in age. So I always do affirmations everywhere I go. I have people stand up and I say it and then they repeat it back to me. Well, that group was a little older and they were already nestled in the couch. So I'm like, okay, I got to pivot. I don't want the older folks that have to get up and down, get up and down. I was like, listen, we usually stand up, but you guys can stay seated. The two that popped up to stand up were the two most seasoned ones in there. Wilhelmina was up like, I'm ready to read my poem too. 90, firecracker, right? And I want you guys to understand that I'm doing it for the Wilhelminas. Yes, we're going to launch. Of course we are. This month, I promise. We just gotta wink, right? I can't tell you about it because I'll get in trouble by the other owners, but it's coming. Like just stay plugged in for the next couple days, right? Um, and pay your membership. If you're struggling to pay it, let us help you, or we have leaders to help you. But nothing matters when your health fails. So we gotta stay intact. So those are our four pillars over here at Vibe. Is there anybody who's like super excited to be in our community? I'm going to open it up for you guys to chat with everybody. Okay? It's 8:41, but I'm excited. I'm just excited that God has seen fit for Reagan, Dre, and I and our whole corporate team to usher you into your greatness. Can, think about that. What do? We usher people into their greatness. We give them a safe space to learn. We listen to their ideas. We give them a network of people where somebody says, I will spend money on your product. That's what we do. And guess why we do that? Because as an entrepreneur, that's what I always wanted somebody to do for me. When I was selling friendship bracelets when I was 5 years old with my sister for 25 cents, I just wanted somebody to see that I worked really hard on this friendship bracelet. And then we started a t-shirt company and we started this and that and we did all kind of things. Entrepreneurs just want someone to respect their craft. Put a one in the chat if you guys agree. That's what we do. Last but not least, let me show you guys this. Let me turn my video off and then we're going to get off of here. But it's so very important. Uh-oh, 1 second. For you guys to understand that there is a lot of moolah out here to be made. You know how I know this? Because over the last couple years, all of my friends, most of my friends are super successful. And there was a time period where all of my friends were not super successful. They were all basically grumbling teachers. I'm not even going to lie to you. We were all making the same amount of money, which was nothing. Underpaid, lack of respect, all that kind of stuff. I don't know what kind of schools y'all taught at, but I taught at one of the top high schools in the nation. And still, right? We do so much at our jobs. I'm sure you guys do too, and we just want to be respected. So sometimes if you can't change the people you're around, change the people you're around. That's what I had to do. I had to say, nope, I'm not going back into this industry. I'm going to create my own school. I kept saying that. I'm just going to create my own school. And then this millionaire, $48 million earner was like, create your own school and then create a magazine and make all your people super successful and then send them the magazine. Guess what I've been doing? I don't think people understand. Don't give me a challenge. That was 2016. That was the challenge. 2016. Go get rich. Go make your friends rich. Put them on a magazine and send it to your principal who fired you. He fired me and he stole my $100,000. It's a whole nother conversation for another day, right? And stole my program too. Apprentice Minds. Guess what Apprentice Minds whole mission was, not my nonprofit, to teach young and seasoned entrepreneurs how to not just survive, but to thrive. to help them discover, develop, and demonstrate their passions to the world. Now look at us, right? Fast forward, went through a whole bunch of trials and tribulations, started from the bottom. You already know the song. Now we're here. So I want you guys to understand we're about to do some really big things. This stuff is not overnight for us, despite what people think. We've been doing this for a long time. We ain't new to this. We are true to this, right? We are true to this. And I'm going to do exactly that. This weekend, if you guys do come to Indianapolis, it is our birthday. I'm gonna take a lot of pictures, and I hope my friends are gonna be there so that we can share and have some pictures for the magazine. And we're gonna be super consistent, okay? Because come next week, after this birthday bash, we start our 90-day groove. My goal for you guys is to get this thing done, and we spell done RICH. Done. That's how we spell done over the next 90 days. How many of you guys would like to run with me? If that's you, just put me in the chat, okay? Because we're going to run for 90 days and we're going to change our lives forever. And how do I know that this is going to happen? Because I've done it before. I've done it multiple times. I just did it in somebody else's company, and I'm not trusting anybody with my direction anymore. Now, I know I'm asking you guys to trust me, but I'm not trusting everybody with my vision and my mission. And my mission is to create 1,000 6 and 7 figure earners. And I'm going to do it. Why? Because I have Reagan, I have Andre, I have Tony, I have our whole corporate team. I have some great leaders, and we are all marching the same way. So here's what we're going to do, and then I'm going to hop off of here. You must build your belief. There's nobody that can knock me off my high flying disc, according to Abraham Hicks, right? The law of attraction. I attracted all of you guys. And you have to build your belief. How do you build your belief? Well, once you guys start using our products, our education, our community, our business solutions, our fitness, and what you're going to have your belief system go up. Once you start going to class, once you start figuring out what your pathway is. And here's what makes people build their belief: rank advancement, your income. You got to get your income up cat quick. That's why we pre-launch, because as soon as you guys start paying your money, I need you to spend your money, get it right back. I like that song too. Spend your money, get it right back. That's what I do in business. I can't do a traditional business because I can't wait 7 years to turn a profit. Now, what I am going to do is invest this time, and not just in people, but in real things like real estate and all that, those types of things. And we're going to have people that come along and teach us how to do those things, because I can't have y'all out here making 6, 7 figures a month and you're over here spending all your money on nothing, right? So we got to rank advance super quick. My focus for you guys is to be at 6 figures a month by July. And if you don't believe me, just watch, because it's going to happen. I can't tell you that, I can't promise you anything. The only thing I can say is it's built into this structure. So if you want it, go get it. You want to make sure your team members are getting paid. That's so very important. So you guys put a 7 in the chat. You want to have 7 people who are running just as fast as you. I have 70 people. Now, it took me 70,000 people to find my Ride and Live leaders, but I would love for you guys to come aboard with me. I would love for you to be on my leadership team. Okay. There are some things that you're going to have to do. First thing is you have to build your belief. Can't be asking me questions about, well, I hope this gets off the ground. If one more person says that to me, I'm going to continue to smile and bless them. You hope? Yeah, hope is a verb. A verb is what you do. I take action every day to build my business. So you guys want to find 7 people who believe the way you believe. You want to build a culture where recruiting is an all-time activity, all the time. This doesn't mean go and start throwing up all over people every time you see them because they'll run from you. I hope you guys are taking notes. Don't immediately jump in and start talking about vibe. I never mention vibe. Never when I meet people for the first time. You know what I talk about? Nothing. I let them talk. I let them talk about themselves. I ask them all kind of questions. So, where do you work? What do you do for a living? What's your superpower? Wow, that sounds really interesting. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What do you really love about it? It's not an interrogation. I do go back and forth, but I want to get to know the person. I never talk about vibe. And then by the time we've spoken for a little bit, sitting at a restaurant or whatever, or sitting at the end of the bar eating my chicken wings, they will say, we should exchange numbers. I don't even have to say it because now they're comfortable with me. Recruiting doesn't mean throw up all over people. It means get to know people, build people. Then guess what we're going to do? We're going to create our team. How do we do that? We're going to launch our business. Then we're going to retain our team. How do we do that? We make sure that we have a system. I'll talk about that later. Then we're going to advance our team. You guys should be really, truly popping ranks every month. You should be in a different tax bracket with this comp plan, this basic, ridiculously simple, basic, abundant compensation plan. It is the most basic, simple that pays out a whole bunch. You know why I did that? Because Dre is a genius. Reagan, we looked at it. We want people to win. Okay. So it's important for you guys. Your business will fail if you fail to launch your business. You should be doing this every single day until you get through your whole list. The only conversation you should have with a new business partner is welcome to the team. What day and time is your private launch call? I have a member right now who's battling cancer. So we're all going to touch and agree that he has a miraculous recovery. So if you could, put that up to the Lord. I reached out to him and he's in great spirits, but I mean, it is a challenge right now. He's fighting for his life and he's launching his business this Friday night. But he's already signed up 35 people who paid their $25. And now those people are getting ready to be activated. So I said, listen, I'm going to continue to pray for you. I do want to help you though. I want to support you. So what can I do? Because I'm sure money is tight, can be tight. And he said, yeah, we need the money. And his wife's in this business as well. I'm not going to put all his business out there, but we do need to touch and agree and just go ahead and know that God is a healer, definitely a healer. So if we all put those prayers up and ask for God's will to be done in this person's life, um, but he's not stopping. He's launching his business on Friday. So it's important to make a list, peak interest, three ways, conference calls, launch calls, right? Private business receptions. I did that at Carlotta's house back to back on the 8th and the 9th. We do weekly trainings and special events. This is our system, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anything on here that you feel like you can't accomplish? Yes or no? Is there something on this list that you feel like is hard? No. Can you make a list? Yes. Can you pique interest? That just means talk to people. Ask them what their superpower is. I always use that because people have never heard that before. What's your superpower? Huh? Oh, that's interesting. Three ways, conference calls, launch calls, weekly training, special events. This is our system. It's important for you to make your prospect feel comfortable with what we have to offer, right? So, what I want you guys to focus on is you got to focus on the roller coaster, staying off the roller coaster. Sometimes you're going to be excited. And then guess what? Self-doubt kicks in when people start to say no and they're negative. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't. And I'm not saying that I don't ever have downtime because I do, but we lose 80% of the people right here. They quit. You know why? Because they don't have any goals. So guess what we're going to do after this birthday party week? We're going to set some goals. If you guys haven't set your goals already, you want to make sure that you go ahead and do that. Okay. Make sure you go ahead and set those goals. My goal is 1,000 millionaires over 12 to 36 months. 12 to 36 months. 3 years is coming anyway. Don't you guys think that'll be monumental for Vibe when there's 1,000 millionaires? 1,000 kingdom-minded millionaires out here doing God's work. Okay? 80% of the people are going to quit. 20% will fight to become winners. So here's what I want you guys to understand. Spend 80% of your time with the 20%ers and 20% of your time with the 80% that are going to quit anyway. You don't have to be mean to them. Just don't be wasting your time trying to convince folks. It will drain the life right out of you. Okay. So I want you guys to truly, truly focus on what's important. Last but not least, I only have 5 minutes. What do we do? You got to dream big. This is what I want you guys to do this week, going into next week. Dream big, set your goals. Your first goal should be to make sure that you are a creator. That is 750 PCV. That's you and two other people. You can do that. Most companies don't even pay you until you sign up 3 people. I hit 100,000 a month and I needed to have 3 people, one in each leg. And I had to balance my legs, 2,000 in one leg, 2,000 in the other, and 1,000 in the other leg. I needed 5,000 people in my organization to be at 100,000 a month. But it took me 21,000 people to hit that rank because my legs were not balanced. That's not really that big of a thing over here. Put a 7 in the chat. Your next goal should be to max out the PCV requirement, which is bare minimum 1750. That is you with a legend and 6 other legends, or it's you with $9 a month and sign up 7 legends, or a combination of 11 pros or elevates or whatever. Get to 1750. How do I get to that number? It's dollar for dollar. A legend membership is 250 points. Divide 250 into 1750, you get the number 7. It's not too complicated to understand this comp plan. So I want you guys to make a success list and schedule your launch call. Again, I'm launching my partner's business on Friday who's battling cancer right now. So no excuses, just results. Call your top 10 to 15 leaders, invite everyone. This means everyone, and make people say no. Follow up with everyone and ask them what they liked best. Then enroll excited people and duplicate because success loves speed, and get your team focused on their income. Money talks. And my dad, God rest his soul, he would finish the rest. He had some John Wayne sayings. My dad was like John Wayne and Chuck Norris rolled into one. His favorite actors, right? Yeah, seriously. He was a bad boy. He's a bad boy. I love my dad. So I do want you guys to understand that it's super simple. So let me give you a picture so you can see how to become a legend. It's very simple. Schedule your launch and your team members' launches within 24 to 72 hours. Are you guys paying attention? Listen, this is how I repeatedly max out a compensation plan like this. This is all I do. When I bring Joanna into this business, the only conversation I want to have with her is, welcome to the family. What time and day do you want to launch your business? Joanna's going to say, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean launch? It means we need to expose, write this down, guys, expose as many people to Vibe as possible in a short amount of time, as fast as possible. I exposed 128 people to this business in 13 minutes. I called everybody. It took me an hour to call everybody, December 17th. And I exposed 128 people that duplicated to 8,000 in a week and a half. Crazy. I don't even believe it myself, but God, whew, look at God, right? 24 to 72 hours. Everybody can get a Zoom. They're free. Everybody can make a list. Don't leave people off your list. You got to make people say no to you. You have to expose them. You got to understand who you're talking to. And you want to pick up the phone and say, hey, listen, I'm doing a grand opening virtually for my business. Can you do me a favor and hop on and listen? Can you guys do that? Put a 1 in the chat. I'm doing a grand opening for my business. Can you guys hop on? I just want to know what you like best about it. Call everybody, follow up, and enroll excited people and plug them into the system and start over. Wax on, wax off, like Karate Kid, right? Remember when he was painting the fence and he's like, my shoulder hurts. You got me out here doing all your work on Karate Kid. I used to love Karate Kid. And he really thought he was painting the fence. He just didn't know that he was really, truly training to fight. That's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. We got to learn how to wax on, wax off. We got to do the same thing over and over again. We got to pump the water well, just keep on pumping. The overflow is coming. So I'm excited for you guys. You want to build a strong foundation as quickly as you possibly can. And as people start to flood in, this is what's going to happen. Make sure you're active when we say it's the last day to be active, because then there are going to be people who could potentially spill in under your organization, especially when everybody starts launching. You do not want to wait. You want your people. Watch what happens. Watch this. This is what's going to happen. This is you. You're sitting around waiting, and other people fall in under you, and then you put your people right here. No, you gotta share your link quickly. Get them signed up for free and get them positioned as fast as possible. So when the overflow starts to come, it's under your people. And this is a check match right here. What if these 3 people were each making $1,000? That means you're going to make an extra $3,000. What if they're making an extra 5,000 or 10,000 or 5 million for the year worth of $3 and $5 bills? You match them. You got to get your people positioned before other people get their people positioned. Super important. Okay. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about your success list. Make the biggest list possible. Expose as many people as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can, and watch God work. So I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I'm 2 minutes over. Go ahead and put some love in the chat. Did you guys get something out of this training? Put some dollar signs if you can, some fire signs. I'll be in Indianapolis. I will have an itinerary that will go out a little later. So if you guys want to meet up with us, you definitely can. But I do want to say just thank you so very much for being patient. We have some phenomenal things that are getting ready to happen over the next couple days, and I'm glad you guys are still here believing. Okay? So peace and blessings. I will give Reagan and Dre your love. I will also post the video, Dre's video. I'm going to post it in the Telegram. Okay? See you guys later. Peace and blessings. Love you very much. Let's hustle and build. Hustle and build. I will drop this training in the Telegram as well.